Beautiful view of the Goldman Sachs building, and as people know, this is a building that's dedicated more to operations, systems, and processes for Goldman Sachs. They needed this space. It was a great space to have, especially when you had the hurricane and other issues develop. So it's a lot of extra space relative to downtown Manhattan. Goldman Sachs even built a new headquarters downtown, but again, that space pales in comparison to this space that they have here in Jersey City. Closer view of the Goldman Sachs building. Just an amazing piece of architecture. So massive compared with a lot of other buildings in New York City. I don't think you could build a building like this easily in New York. Just to get the space, the ground space, would be very, very difficult. So it was a smart move on Goldman Sachs' part to build this. The city of New Jersey, the city of Jersey City actually encouraged it because it made a lot of sense for Jersey City, made a lot of sense for Goldman Sachs. Open space for the Goldman Sachs building. Look at how they have that extension back there to provide extra office space. I'm sure they were contemplating building like something a little bit taller, but they probably built for what was anticipated versus just building two giant towers. I mean, there's space here, and I think there's space here for other buildings too. It's just that how much does someone want to build? And you can see just beautiful open space here for the Goldman Sachs building. What a magnificent view they have too. They're right at the edge of this part of Jersey City. So their southern views are unobstructed. Their eastern views are unobstructed, and their northern views are unobstructed. Just a magnificent space. You can bet in 100 years, when this building is old, they'll turn it into apartments. That's what they've done with other buildings that were very old in Manhattan that used to be prime office space. Side of the Goldman Sachs building, and you could see how beautiful streets, beautiful light rail system they have connecting everything. It's one of the places where it starts, so it connects here to all along near the waterfront. And there was a little controversy when they created that. People said, does it really make sense? And many people said, yes, it makes sense. Let's do it. And they did it. And this is, as I was saying earlier, the unobstructed views. Just fantastic. You can't get better than this. The Goldman Sachs building. Here we'll take a view from the the southeasternmost corner of the pier, just to see what the people of Goldman Sachs have to look at from the southeastern edge of the building. Most side of the building, right near a huge tract of land that they never quite developed yet, but I'm sure there's many plans on the drawing board for that land. It's just about who's going to use it, how much are they going to use it, how much are they going to pay in taxes. But a beautiful building that was put up here. Not going to have this kind of lobby in Manhattan. It's way too much space for a lobby. And here you have an extra addition here, probably saving the space for maybe 20 or 30 years from now when they're going to put up an addition that might be 30 stories or 40 stories higher. But the land that I was talking about is right here. Now, about 15 years ago, Merrill Lynch was rumored to be ready to put up a building on this location, a tower, but didn't work out. You know, I'm sure it's because the financial markets are not what they used to be. Merrill Lynch was acquired by Bank of America. Bank of America's headquarters is now in North Carolina, so it wouldn't make sense to have all this staff here in the New York area when it's much cheaper to build extra facilities for Merrill Lynch or Bank of America in North Carolina versus in New York. So it's just a question of which firm or which group might want to build something. Do they want to build houses or apartment buildings? Do they want to build an office tower? It's a really interesting question that a lot of companies, well, that a lot of cities have to face. And I'm sure that's probably one of the reasons why this parcel of land has not been used yet, because whoever owns it knows a corporate entity would be willing to pay a lot more than, say, a real estate developer who might put condos on this part of the land, because business would love that space because you have just great views for all your workers, great views for your company. And Jersey City has really, really developed over the last 30 years. And we'll take a look at the water from this location, from where Goldman Sachs is located. And you can see how it's great views from here.